We will not be saying the album name tonight. We're back with more music tonight, more hip hop, more Billy Woods. Today we're listening to his latest record. Today. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. I am a big fan of Billy Woods, and there's been a few other records by him that I've been getting recommended for a minute. It's that one that starts with an A. I'm interested to hear him over production that's not by Kenny Siegel. From what I've heard, this is kind of like some scary shit. So that's something that I'm interested in hearing today. People are calling this album of the year. All right, and I did check Fantano's rating, which I never go by. I saw he gave it a 7. People are outraged by it. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to. All right, if you want to catch the whole version of this video, all right, that'll be over on Patreon. I appreciate y'all if you are subscribed over there. I love you. All right, and yeah, I'm hella interested in this. All right, I'm ready to be scared, I guess, if that's the kind of hip-hop horrorcore that we're going for right here. We do have quite the feature list on here. I'm seeing a beat produced by Kenny Siegel, The Alchemist, so I'm sensing production all across the board here from many different people, so I'm excited for that. Track 1 is Jump Scare. Jesus Christ.
Ragdoll playing dead, rabbit dog in the yard, car won't start, it's bees in her head. Daddy long legs stride you home like sets of rolls. Death poems folded in breast pocket, my bed clothes. It's a dark road, but ain't no accidents, no coincidences. It's all
Elijah, what's up?
So
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Il tombe là où il se trouve, entraîné par un invincible sommeil vers une issue fatale à laquelle aucun remède.
one strip of tarmac laid through the wilderness to where the natives work the pits. And you don't eat the fish. Burros from the church pews, you can see the deep blue of the coast. Fresh green wood burn blue, those who can see peering the smoke. The dead don't speak to the living, something not for us to know. The dead drift like empty boats. My people fled to the mountains, but it's nowhere the white man won't go. The English language is violence. I hot-wired it. I got a hold of the master's tools. I got dialed in. I'm downwind with the drop. I'm Deng Xiaoping, smoking oil in the wok. I'm caught. History is a snare, struggle to grow ever more taut.
What the fuck? I feel like I was just running through the forest and Annabelle was following me around. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was bad. That was scariness. Actually, it really did have like an outside feel to it, like I was walking through like a pit of leaves or something. Metaphors for dying and being dead and how the dead kind of follow us around. That shit is scary. It really does feel like I'm walking through a haunted forest. I love the production on that track. That was great. That was great. The screaming before the chorus took me off guard there, but shit, that was good. I'm excited to see how Kenny Siegel and The Alchemist go into like a horror beat. You know what I mean?
I believe it. Dumb luck if they ask me how, but go ahead and cash me out. You already know I need mine now. When my father came home, they slaughtered a cow. I come home, the house falling down. Shoulders keep a couple pounds. Tend the grass, prune the trees, I keep the grounds. Salt to the earth, bent back with a hoe his whole life. Sat up in the herds, gave him quite the fright. Rigor mortis on the cordless mic like in memoriam. Cite my sources, anti-pop consortium, cold flow in every line of a kite. But you forgot about the kid. Had to do him greasy like cold spare ribs in the sallow globe and open fridge. Every verse sharp at night like a shiv. Pelican Bay when I'm alone in the crib. I ground niggas down like Coach Tibbs. Phone ring off the hook. Hey.
Have you been calling me? Can I speak with the police? He just keeps on calling.
You're safe inside that house.
What the fuck?
Why are you doing this? What do you want? Stop calling me, you sick.
That was scariness. Yeah, I mean the beat just gives me a feeling as if I'm being hunted down near train tracks. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. His flow on that was ridiculous. How do you even rap on that? Christ. His beat selection is crazy right now. That is crazy right now. I don't understand how you got bars over that. I wonder where that outro is from. It sounds like it was chopped from like a horror movie sort of thing. Next track, Misery.
Them titties, she never unaccompanied, and she not going home in a pumpkin. If it's a tight squeeze, Brody, you the one thumbing. Please believe. She got a lover and a husband. She got a summons for sex in public and laugh, telling the story. She laughed from her stomach. I love it, covering her mouth, dainty like she in a painting daydream. Those nails raking ACE. I wanna lay together, pass the weed, tangled legs, arms, feet, tangled sheets, rings and bangles, whispered strangle me, big trees. We spoon in the canopy. I'm in her green room, candidly making small talk with the man. Love to see those lips shiny with blood. I'm a number one fan. Number one fan like Misery and Misery Love Company. And with them, she never unaccompanied and she not going home in a pumpkin. If it's a tight squeeze, Brody, you the one thumbing, please believe.
She's the one I need. You can go. She's the one I have to have. She's the one I need.
Another horror sample at the end. This sounds like SpongeBob a little bit. Was that a scary jazz beat? Kenny Siegel does not cease to surprise me. I felt anxious over that. About his past relationship, it seems like. His girlfriend's friends don't really fuck with him. His girlfriend's friends don't really fuck with him too much. That is tough. Talking about cigarettes, I like the line that he said about smoking. I think I would have liked that track to be longer though, to be honest.
Nightmares didn't come during dreams. Fiends as the zombies, open and scene armed robberies, twin 15 carbon copies, autopsies. Street life adopted me, dying young was the prophecy. I was raised improperly in poverty, malnourished, food a commodity. Home from the slammer, trying to get a hold of the hammer. Funds is tight when the breadwinner get natural life, or hit with the Rico for packaging wife. The strain to maintain can make you deranged. Acting strange, cause Smags do more than take away the pain. Depicting it, after living it, is sickening. Bruiser.
You walked a long way, cause the shelter too crazy. You gotta test it, yay. Nowadays that shit crazy. Even the weed spray, they paying more, you couldn't pay me. Shit. Eventually people start picking, sifting through. Not proud, but eventually I was with them too. Pots and pans for the kitchen, few old clothes. My kids is little, they won't know the difference. Dolls with their heads missing, wild-eyed rocking horse, mouth carved into a frown. Falling out and they insisting it's hamburger meat, but it tastes type foul. Didn't want the doctor to turn, I knew it'd be something awful on the ultrasound. Sat up in my sleep, stifling the scream. That rent got me feeling I'm fit to drown.
Both of their verses kind of talking about the financial and emotional struggles of being in poverty. Bruiser Wolf, I don't know who Bruiser Wolf is. I never heard him on any song, but that flow is crazy. That flow was crazy. He came in and I thought it was like some vocal sampler or something, but it turns out he just kept going. Like the verse just kept going. Give me like an E40 sort of vibe on the verse, and I like how Billy sort of, mirrored it as well on his flow also. Crazy. I never heard a flow like that in my entire life. Next track is Waterproof Mascara.
I must be getting old or something.
Turn it up. Passports here. The king's dead and your uncles are not our friends. How many times I gotta tell you kids, it's us in this room. That's it. Don't trust anyone. Pass. I watched the slave cry for his master, waiting for him to break kayfabe, but the poor bastard just sat there, supper untouched. You can't make this shit up, but you welcome to try. I ain't gold, but niggas told me it wasn't a dry eye. Firewood with a baby crying in the forest. Don't you go looking for it. Just write how the white girl like
This is insane.
Get scolded, scoffing out the wrong place. Wake up, bitch, you in the wrong place.
Rapping over what sounds like a woman crying over someone's death is some evil shit, yeah. Drumless loop of this girl, crying in the beginning, and it continues throughout the entire song. His opening line of his first verse was about his mother crying and his mother struggling. A line on there that really hit me was when he said, "Sometimes it's all you could do not to do it like Sylvia Plath." I don't know who Sylvia Plath is. Is it like an author? I think Sylvia Plath committed suicide, if I'm pretty sure. But that's tough. Like, just basically struggling mentally. I feel like we're at an all-time low on that song mentally. It's just, that's just sad. That's just it's honestly just a sad beat, and it's incredibly haunting at the same time. And it sounds like at the end, like someone was like breaking in. I don't know, like some Japanese. These movie samples though, like these horror movie samples are fucking incredible. They fit the album so well. But yeah, I'm assuming Preservation was the one that produced that. You got some crazy shit going on, bro. That's nuts.
Metabolic rate. I know we weren't having this conversation the first time. Continued state of burn still in the body for 0.3 liters of oxygen a minute. For roughly 2,000 days. Class E oxygen tank holds 625.
I had the knack, I suppose, need full of fluid. She had me running back X's and O's. She know what she doing. Daylight crack under curtains. We lay spooning, bodies wrapped up, cups swollen belly. A serpent moving counterclockwise. One city sleep, do-rag tied, the other bear's teeth as it opens its eyes. Never the twain show me. Fly them into fresh grease, spattering, sputtering epithets. I dance out and niggas reach like they were waiting for my appearance with Nas ancient, faceless, but I know who they are.
I love that vocal sample.
As an Al-Qaeda representative, cable show for 17 straight days, they cycled through.
Where's the sample from? The FBI is torturing someone? Is that what's happening? That's nuts. That's nuts. The way he he only has one verse on that song. I speak for everyone when I say that we could have used another one, but still, I love that vocal sample that the Alchemist used. I love how eerie that FBI torturing shit was in the beginning and the end. The way that Billy Woods described just the act of getting out of bed in the morning with this girl, and just the actions that they both have. It's like the detail that he goes into, I think, is really what makes him such an incredible rapper. Definitely my favorite verse off this record yet, even though I think we could have used another one similar. I could have used another one.
What they like best is 最好是解释 coffee spell 挂在梁上 hanging
What the fuck?
lace for them they can make sure their eyes desire your Chinese without being blind 虽然
Hungry eyes in the mirror like Corinthians. Uncanny Valley AI hit him with the hezzy screaming, carry my vision.
Uncanny Valley AI.
It ain't no past tense. Little kid, tiny desk, itty bitty violins, big head, blue lips. If you never came back from the dead, can't tell me shit. With a crescent, a veil of stars, pick up weaving through dead cars, surface to air, camouflage in the truck bed. On guard, best believe them crackers won't make it to Mars.
I ain't never asked to be here, so when I decide to leave, all them devils in the details rush to either side of me. At least I ain't been under you, who wasted all the time you had talking about what you about to do. When you finally knock on heaven's door, they ain't expecting you. And if you don't get the fuck off the stoop right now, they gonna shoot. Same old song, I sing it one more time. On the day you're gone, and nobody gon' cry. Arm and a leg, and then the beast below the street showed up and told them they dead. They need to meet me like they need a fucking hole in their head. And if you leave it up to me, that be what all of them get.
Fuck what they telling you.
I love that shit. LP did a great job. I believe he's the producer of Run the Jewels, if I'm not mistaken. He might even rap too, from what I've heard. I don't know though. Despot, is that how you pronounce the name? Despot? I think I actually liked his verse more than Billy. I think he washed Billy on that, if I'm keeping it real. I just think, obviously, that was kind of the second half of the song. Like the drums got crazier. I love the way that song progressed. I think he actually did mention a verse from Corinthians on that song, which I also liked as well. But that was great. That was great. Favorite beat yet too. I love the way the synth was kind of swirling around my ears. It was vibrating real nice. That was awesome. Personally, halfway through, I don't know if it's just recency bias, but I'm liking this just as much as Maps. Next one is Pitchforks and Halos. It's like a percussion something.
Vinyl signing, comatose reclaiming my time, and thank you for rewinding. In advance, Caliban on Caribbean island. Barefoot in the water, eyeing that horizon, and the B-boy stands. Their time is over. I take a book for the trip, short or long. The stern words of dead revolutionaries who were wrong. The blurring word of all them centuries. I wonder where the time gone. I wonder where the time gone.
Really just a verse on there. I think I like that song similarly to what Misery was as well. But I think out of the producers that I came on here so far, I think Kenny, I don't know. I think just the progression of both of Kenny's beats are still very good. Very good, very eerie, very crazy. I just feel like the other songs did a little bit more. Still a good song. Next one is All These Worlds Are Yours.
The man died in a hole from the comfort of my home. The drone flew real low, no rush, real slow. He curled up into himself, a fetus in the womb. Womb was the earth. Grenades landed at his feet, and he scrabbled in the dirt.
Lucid, you're tripping. Now this is scary.
In the box off the chart, sub-bass loops suggested killing more cops. Sex tech fandom, doing it in the park. Fucking promise out my enemies, headshot in the dark. Mimetic glyph, holographic in the asylum of empire. Trench fire, silent weapons, body horror, private booth, den of tears. Deep state cryo thrills, oral quarrels, neutral ass eating raw deluxe. War the temple, how much would you cost?
That rat away with scream. Day after day after day after day, they strike at each other.
That was kind of a Lucid song, to be honest. You know, Billy Woods had a small little section at the beginning of the song that he really took over. I gotta say that chorus, as when he says as close as will be to the furthest planet, when he says that, the way it's mixed in there, it's very ominous, very, very scary, in my opinion. That was kind of the biggest moment of horror on this record for me yet. A lot of big words. Triplex, Himbotronic, Misengaged, Misfit. Like these are some crazy words, bro. These are some crazy.
Good as that. Still don't feel real. Trust my chest for a cigarette burner, holding the film reel. The pill to solve, no real result found. Some stay afloat, but in the end we all drown. Halfway through the high sauce, mom face before the stop. Now gunshot. Here's pop, high pitch, white noise, star.
Oh, okay.
Fanon said self-amputation, how all this is created. The irrational rationalizations of the racist. The amputee says accepted, there's no escaping. Accept the prosthetics. They give ill-fitting limbs as gifts and insist you can only live in the present. Amputation, how you survive. You can't get away if you don't leave something behind. Trapped a housefly in an upside-down pint glass and waited for it to die. It's still alive. Staring out compound eyes. 9 fingers can still tie.
Okay, this is nice. Al Divino did a good job on that song. I like that a lot. Beef, only 18 years old. Beef older than they are. That's a crazy bar. I love that beat a lot. The concept of it kind of sounded like, you know, it's like switching radio stations, you know, mid verse. That was nuts to me. And I like the sampling that was behind that as well. A doll full of pins.
Waiting, tasting my own blood and bracelets. The plug impatient. Like fuck all that. I lived in the bus station. Niggas tried to yap me, I left town, I'm not tough. I came back when niggas got locked up. I know them niggas. Niggas is
It's all the same in the end. They're all the same in the end. Oh, graspy little men.
This is the one.
I'm a doll full of pins, yeah. So I keep my head down, yeah. And my heart
just doing something else. Wasn't no timeouts, we got welts from the belt. Wasn't none of that, just fuck around and find out. Gollywog showed up on the shelf, pop up like the kid's book. Kid got his wig split, Gollywog by the
Big pair, listen, 2 brothers. I can do that for you. What will you give me in return?
Best song on there yet, I gotta say. When he has like a real singer on that chorus, that shit was crazy. And he was going crazy on that song too. He had multiple verses. That was awesome. That saxophone was not fucking around. To me, to me, the ending of 10 was just, getting us warmed up into the greatness of that track. I really felt like I was a real life voodoo doll. That was crazy. That was crazy. Wow, that was spectacular. That could be my favorite song from him in general. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why. Just him in that jazz rap fucking flow. Let's keep going. If I hear any more of that shit, I'll be set.
White hair turns black, wrinkles vanish, everything flies back to sea. Flee death.
Ghouls glued to the screen till he stop moving. That's the thing about a chess piece. Gotta peep how he moving. Got him trying to cover the fuselage, cut them down in the line, brother. Fuselage shuddering as the plane climb. You know I prayed to every one of them motherfuckers. Old man puttering, muttering to myself. Money comes slow like publishing. In the sky, satellites plummeted. G showed me the whistle and said he not getting cut again. He got 213 months, but he never got cut again. Everything buffering, reality lag. And she's a dead fish, but it's more to life than sex.
Ալիա խեգզდა քալիա Ակս կրձելի շավիտ մարոմելից կոչամ դեսցանս
Needful things. I hear what they say in the light of day, but let's see what the night brings.
Սոջեր փազեշում ստովը դետմասի վարցում Թուվին մեմիե պարդացմա մոճը մապրատիլիտ Մաշին ոգորս չուևուլը բրևի քալիս է տիխտելը
Once again, that was a harder jazz beat. That was awesome. That was great. Mentioning Golgotha. All right, the hill that Jesus died on. I like how the track was named after that. Once again, the interludes just make the track feel so much more alive. I was not getting tired of that beat. When the saxophone kept coming back in every time, that shit was awesome. I like what he said at the end of verse 2. Between that track and A Doll Full of Pins, I think those two actually were both my favorite back-to-backs. That was great. Next track is Cold Sweat.
I had my community sick when they unraveled our time travelers, still pick dark old Miller chick. Niggas asked, is this as dark as it get? Put a finger to my lips, shook my head. Hallway was barely lit, air thick with dread. It's a room full of record execs on the other end, and you dancing on the desk. 86, 3 beautiful kids that get up to make their own beds. But the way she popped that, I knew I was gonna wake up, I ain't even trip. Cold sweat, my place is a mess. Landlord trying to empty the building so he can make it flip. I'm the only one left, they mad, I'm stopping the grip. Threats, they offered me bread, begged me to talk sense. Like how you want this thing to end. And who said that? Who said anything about hold on. Why would it end?
The piece of paper that he gave me, she brought a letter that he wrote her when he was in the army. The signature's identical. There's only one thing that was different.
I like how he described, once again, getting out of bed with this girl. Got 3 kids together. In bed with your XXXXX. That was cool. I like that track. That was good. Keep going. We are in the thick of it. Let's keep going. Next track is Black Zombies.
Colonial African zombie state chase the people into the waves. Watch every ship and raft till it disappear, whether it make it or watery grave. Hey, who's to say? Right away, zombies stop going all crazy. They whole game changed like Soze, go. Moet Chandon bottles bust against the bows of boats. Zombies fucking on hoes are zombies too though. New mothers struggle while the zombies suckle like baby goats. Newborns in the bush, head stove in with stones. These swollen feet stuffed in loafers ride on the wind. Rap money in the cushions of the sofa. Ceiling fans spin slower. Pan-African money folder. Arab money, Jew money. Keep new money somewhere sunny. It can't get frozen. Chinese funny, but keep everything in USD. We really know them.
But I know what I'm doing. Because I cannot be accountable for what I did. I'm not the one who started the violence. But I defeated the violence, but the system automatically defeated it is not.
I like those bees flying around me. I like those bees flying around me at the last one right there. All right. Another crazy good song. Staggering post-colonial African zombie state chase the people into waves. The production on this later half has gotten a little bit more casual than the beginning. I feel like the beginning was like really diving into that horror, and now the production is kind of just like we're kind of just chilling out into some jazz stuff. So next track is Make No Mistake.
At least that's what we said when we did the deed. Some lost their lives, some still ain't losing winky sleep. I said what I said, you can tell them you heard it from me. I told a few lies in my time, but never once over a beat. Make no mistake, there's no more room inside the safe. And in they face, mama, I'm so sorry. I'm talking since it was Fat Joe, Big Pun, and Triple Six. Lord is my witness, I was squinting through a cloud of haze. Stutter, drop, dip, Euro step. When they say it's off beat, that's when I know I got him on skates. To mouth, make no mistake, I never liked the guy, but gave him some grace. Only to find out I was right the first time. I hide everything in the rhymes, that's why I need a dog on stage. Head on your shoulder.
Baby Secret tells lots of secrets, so you never know what she'll say next.
What the
And
fuck?
she looks so...
We're gonna not skip right there. That was nice though. And the mistakes that you make haunt you as you get older. The version of yourself haunts you because you didn't fully grow into that person. So you gotta make no mistake. You gotta make no mistake. It's almost like gotta be perfect in life. Because if that's the case, then everyone is applying to that song. Everyone's mistakes are gonna haunt them as they get older. That's a great song. Next one is Born Again.
Kids laid out in the streets, no kicks, limbs askew. That's how they did my cousin in 86. Auntie saw it on the news. He had one on, one off. It was by the bare foot that she knew. My wife said the baby feet look just like you. And I thought about that when they went to sleep. I cried too. Born alone, die alone, no matter who your man's is. Hope he lived long enough to tell it to his grandkids. Born alone, die alone, no matter who your man's is. Hope he lived long enough to tell it to his grandkids. Present, I've heard it all before like Russian peasants. That's that loop for you. That's what the loop do. Said Bash pulled it out the dollar bin where he had his stash, handed to Al and said track 2. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Born alone, die alone, no matter what your plans is. Born alone, die alone, no matter what your plans is. Hope you live long enough to tell it to his grandkids.
I think I like that Kenny Segal beat the most on this record so far. I like the old-timey piano. I love that shit. That was a great song. I kind of wish we stuck with that horror shit because after Maquiladores, I feel like shit just got kind of tame. But yeah, still a good song. Next one is Lead Paint Test.
Knives by the window, find you where you idle. A death rattle for the ages. 20-year cycle, breaking mirrors, shattered gazes. Empty framing, tending to a heart. Corner creeper, lights on hallway, still felt dark. Jigsaw parquet floor, detailed inlay for the preservation. The stories we know, the stories we tell. Nuclear family, nuclear fallouts.
God bless this sweet home, my beloved home. One, two, 4 blue stone crouched on dead home. God bless this sweet.
Thanksgiving passed, first floor front room Mars was the last to get the message. Now it's just tenants. Y'all wasn't here when the bandos was brick skeletons. Boss gathered like migrational change. Miguel pitching cool feathers kept breaking the trains.
Let the children come.
I love the beat on it.
We know. I left that house for 2 rooms, but it got a peephole. I ain't been back since then, but kids still see ghosts. I'm not my ancestors' dreams. They in the room wishing they could smoke and eat. Lean shadows, dust swirling, and sunbeam shadows reach for my on the avocado tree. I put my ear to the door, but all I could hear was my heartbeat. God bless this sweet home, my beloved home.
It ain't evil. Just sad. Come on. Step on through.
I love how the beat was getting chopped up on the chorus. I feel like the production had all the best elements that we've seen on this record so far. And I think the performances have been the best too. Lucid, Cavalier. I don't know Cavalier is, but he went hard. And Billy all did their thing on that song equally. They triple teamed that shit. That was an amazing track. It's very fitting for closing out the record.
Location, 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 I won't be located. Location, 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 I won't be located.
Someone else's dream. Out of reach. Firekeeper for this life at least. Wire wing. wire way, guide my fate. I'm entirely deep. Texting 3 black hearts on a landing strip. Fear of abandonment, not my bag, don't need to handle it. Feeling like a man and shit. Whatever that spell, psychic faults and damages. Bleeding with my hammer, bloody gauzy bandages. In the basement, false pride jotted on the paper. I can't be located. Shadows flit between leaves, blotches of green. Mosses cling to trees, I'm under the painting. You can't come in here with me, you can't come in here, you'll see.
Dope fucking way to close that out, I gotta say. Dope fucking way to close that out. That was cool. That was cool. I think Elucid washed him again, I'm not gonna lie. I think Elucid washed him again. The passion that he brought on that song was unmatched. A great way to close it out. I'm glad that we ended off strong between 17 and 18. Overall, this record is great. I think Maps is a little bit more consistent across the board, but I think this record and the first half did have some of my favorite songs by him, period. All right, it was really horrifying in the first half of the record, and the second half really focused on some jazz, eccentric, melodies and shit like that. My favorite personally being on A Doll Full of Pins. That's my favorite track by him, period. The hook on that song was easily the strongest off the record. I wish that, we kind of got to hear him on some more production where, we get a female singer on the chorus, shit like that. I can listen to a whole record where that is the case. Because, I don't know, I feel like the hooks are something that I think maybe I would like to hear him have more of, like some more catchy hooks and shit like that. But still, everything, the bars on this record across the board, the detail in his lyrics, it's still the same quality as it was on Maps. He really did overall assemble an Avengers level threat on production across the board, from Preservation, LP, The Alchemist, Kenny on multiple songs. I gotta say something about Waterproof Mascara, because that was one of the craziest tracks I ever heard. The sample of the girl crying being looped throughout the whole entire song was fucked up. And Corinthians was probably the hardest track on the record. I think Despot was my favorite feature personally. When the drums came in on his feature, that was probably one of the best parts on the record. LP is an amazing producer. Maybe I should check out some Run the Jewels. But yeah, I do feel like production-wise kind of went off the rails a little bit towards the end and kind of lost the theme of the record being kind of horror. But, so I think that's kind of what's holding it back from me being it perfect and, better than Maps, I guess. But I think if you cut this down to the first half of the record, it's absolutely, I can't say anything bad about it. That part is perfect. But right now, I think I got to re-listen to that because it is 18 songs. So it is a lot to digest in one go. But yeah, I'm loving this. Definitely not a 7. I'll say that right now. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys so much for popping out. I appreciate you. And yeah,